Hey, this is Dave from Unipro, and this is episode number 4 in the Millionaire from Scratch series, where I'm building a $1 million per year business from nothing. And this episode is all about how to earn revenue before you even have a product or service to sell. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. The strategy that you're about to see in this video, it'll allow us to earn $33,962 before we even launched our business. And you can do this too. So let's dive in. If you've been following along with this Millionaire from Scratch video series, you know that we began by figuring out what our dream business looked like. That was episode number 1. In episode number 2, we figured out what type of business we were actually going to start. So that was what we called our sweet spot. And for me, I'm going to be starting a business that helps people get more engagement on social media. In episode number 3, we started to build up some demand and we got people paying us a little bit of money to prove that they're actually interested. In that step number 3, we got $2,773 of sales. And it was simply by offering an idea of how we might be able to help people and getting them to raise their hand and say, yeah, I want that.
And I thought to myself, I want that.
So if you haven't seen those videos, definitely go back and watch them so that you're all caught up. Now we're going to dive into how to make some real money, how to make some big sales, again, before we have a product or service to sell. There's a bit of a problem though. Over here, I showed you that we made $2,773 of sales from people who said, yeah, I'm interested in this idea that you're talking about. And in our case, these people were buying a 2-hour seminar where we were going to teach them how to increase their social media engagement. And so I need to deliver on that. And same for you, whatever you decided to give people as a taste. We talked about Costco samples. It's like you're giving people a little sample. Whatever you promise people in that little sample, you need to be able to deliver. That's the first problem. But the second problem is, what are we going to sell from there? Because we know that these people are hot leads. They've already given us some money. In this case, you can see we had 65 people who paid us $47 each to attend this 2-hour seminar all about generating more engagement on social media. These people obviously want some help. What are we going to offer them next? How are we going to turn this into a real business? Well, some people might look at this and say, Dave, you got 65 people paying you $47 for a 2-hour seminar. Why don't you just keep rolling with this? Why don't you just keep on selling seminars? And I know that might be tempting, but remember, our dream business goal is to earn $1 million per year. If we're going to do that selling $47 seminars, that's a whole lot of sales. It's very hard to build a big business with a low ticket item. So instead, what we want to do is take this low ticket item and use that as a springboard to sell something much higher ticket. And that's what we're going to do right now. But I'm going to give you a warning. What I'm about to do is called pre-selling. I'm going to be pre-selling a relatively high ticket item before that item even exists. And this takes some prep work. A lot of entrepreneurs aren't willing to take the steps that I'm about to show you. So I'm going to give you that warning. It's totally doable, but it does take a little bit of work. So let me dive in. I'm going to show you the steps that we took. The first step was to take all those hot leads and get them together to build a community. And so I'll show you what we did is over on Facebook. I'm going to go over here to Facebook groups and I'm going to click on create a new group. And what I want to do is I've got 65 people who paid $47 to have a 2-hour seminar where I'm going to teach them about increasing their engagement on social media. And again, this works for any type of business that you want to start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new group name and it's called Social Media Engagement Seminar. And I recommend that you choose a private group and then your visibility, leave it as visible. And so what this is doing is you're creating a Facebook group only for people who raised their hand and said, yeah, I'm interested in your business idea so much so that I'm going to pay you a little bit of money for that little taste. And then you can go ahead and create this group. And once that group is created, of course, you're going to want to put a banner on here and you'll probably create a little introductory post just saying what this group is about. And then for everyone who purchased that product, so in our case, a seminar, they get a link over to this group. All I need to do is go up here to the address bar, grab that link and send it out to everyone who purchased. And the result is those 65 people come and join a private community. Why do we want to do this? Well, we're going to use this community to nurture these leads and to sell them into our real product or service. And we're going to get to that in just a second. But this is the first step, is to get them all together into a community. Now, the next step is probably the most important step, and it's figuring out what is that offer? What is this higher ticket offer that we're going to sell? Because again, we're not going to make $1 million a year selling $47 seminars. We need something more valuable. Well, here's how I like to figure out what a great offer could look like. You'll see here this little diagram that says, what's in your offer stack? And this is a great visual to help you figure out, what are you selling? How are you going to provide real value to people? Let me show you how this works. Here are all the possible components that you could put together in your offer. This is what you're selling through your new business. You could sell education. You could sell coaching. Maybe you're selling group coaching. You could sell affiliate products, products that someone else creates and you sell for them. You could sell a physical product. You could sell access to a community. You could sell one-on-one mentoring. You could sell done-for-you services where you actually do the thing for your customers. You could sell a white label product. You take someone else's product and you put your own branding on it. You could sell sell a certification, you could sell software, you could sell a digital product, you could sell access to live events, or you could sell some other type of service. Now, do you need to include all of these in your offer stack? Of course not. We want to pick and choose the ones that'll be most valuable to your leads. I'm going to show you some real life examples now that are going to get your wheels turning. So here's one company. This is called Lady Boss. And you can take a look at their homepage here. What do they sell? They sell a physical product. Primarily, they're selling supplements. But that's not all. It's not just a supplement company. When I go over here to programs, what else do they have? They have one-on-one coaching. They have a boot camp. They have these different challenges. They also have a community. So when we go back over here, they're taking a physical product, they're adding that together with maybe coaching in a group format, or maybe it's one-on-one mentoring, and they're also adding in some sort of community. And so when you put those together, that's their offer stack. Let me show you another example here. This example here is something called StoryBrand, and actually started with this. It was a physical product, a book, and the book became very popular, and so they started to stack other components into this offer. Look what they've got now. They've got this book, but they also have a live workshop. They also have private workshops. They also offer business coaching. So they're stacking the value onto their offer to make it more valuable for their leads. I'm going to show you one more example here. This example here, it's called Clientware, and this happens to be a software that I use to build out sales funnels. How did they create their offer stack? Well, they took a white label software, a software that they could get from somewhere else. They added their own branding to it, and they stacked on a whole lot of service and a whole lot of done for you. They do a lot of the work for me, makes my life a whole lot easier. So it's not just a software, it's service and it's done for you service stacked together, and that makes it more valuable. So when I think about our leads who are looking to get more engagement on social media, and I take a look at these possible components, I came to the conclusion that there's 4 things that they could benefit from. Number 1 is I want to provide them with a software that's going to help them get more engagement on social media. I want to provide them with education that's going to show them how to do that most effectively. I want to provide them with community so that they can share ideas along the way. And then I want to provide done for you services for those people who say, this is awesome, I don't have time to do this for me. These are the components that I'm putting into my offer stack. And I'm going to give you a hint. What I encourage you to do is to take a look at your top competitors, see what it is they're offering, and then ask the question, how can I make an offer stack that's a little bit better than what they're offering? And when you do that, it's very easy to come away with the best product or service that's in your specific industry. That's very exciting. One final note here is your goal is not to take all these components and put them into an offer. That's overwhelming. You want to pick a relatively small number that's most important to your lead. It's going to really help them get exactly what it is that they want and what they need. Okay, so cool. I'm offering a software with some education, a community, and some done for you services. This is the offer. Well, now step number 3 is to actually pitch this to our leads who already raised their hand and said they're interested in getting help. I'll show you how we did this. I'm going to go over here to our seminar notes, and we created a 2-hour seminar where we delivered upon what people paid $47 for. We taught them all kinds of great stuff when it comes to generating more engagement on social media. And we really went above and beyond here. We wanted to make sure that everyone who paid us that $47 for this 2-hour seminar came away saying, wow, that was huge value. And you can do the same. It doesn't need to be in a full seminar like this. You could do this on a phone call. You could get together in person with people. You could do it through a pre-recorded video. In some way, you just need to deliver on the promise that you gave. You just need to help people solve their problems a little bit so that they come away saying, I want more. That's the important thing, is they need to want more. And this is where we introduced to them our offer stack. We said, hey, if you like this seminar and you want more, guess what? We're planning on launching a software, and we're going to have education and a community and some done for you services that are going to help you speed this up and get far better results. Who's in? And do you know what happened when we made that offer? Well, we'll go back over here to Stripe. This is how we generated $33,962 before we even had a product or service ready to sell. We explained what the offer stack was and how it's going to benefit all these leads who are already looking for help. And you can do this exact same thing. It's really exciting because you're getting paid before you even launch your business. And this money, this $33,962, this becomes the bankroll. Now we've got 30 grand sitting in the bank account that we can use to build out an amazing business that delivers on this offer stack. We got 30K to create a software with education and community and done for you services that delivers on our promise. Now, of course, this does take some planning. This does take some work, but anyone can do this. It's not complicated. I'm going to recap the steps here. There's 4 steps we took. First off, everyone who paid you a little bit of money saying, I want some help, they get put together into a Facebook community where you can nurture that community and you can sell those people into your higher ticket item. Second step is to figure out what your value stack is. And like I mentioned, I encourage you to take a look at your competition and ask, how can I be a little bit better than my competitors? Third, you need to deliver value to people who've already paid you a little bit of money. You want them coming away saying, this little taste was amazing. Now I want more. And then the fourth step is to pitch them on your offer stack. And that's how you can take people who paid a small amount of money, in our case, $47, and get them excited about paying you a much higher ticket price. And by doing those 4 steps, you're going to be earning real revenue before you've even launched your business, before you even have your product and service to sell. It is so exciting. But it's also a little bit scary. Now we got to deliver on this value stack. Now I need to come up with a software, education, community, and done-for-you service that provides what we promised. And in the next episode of Millionaire from Scratch, that's exactly what I'm going to show you. How in just 52 days, this offer stack was created and how we launched it to our paying customers. And it's a wild process. I can't wait to show you. So if you're excited about this, give this video a like. If you have any comments or questions about this strategy so far, how we earned that $33,000 before we actually had a product to sell, and how you can do the same, leave those in the comments. I'm happy to help out. Building $1 million per year business is not complicated, but it does take work. And I want to make sure that the steps are clear for you so that you can do this as well. So leave your comments and questions below, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode of Millionaire from Scratch.